What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we'll be continuing our Neptune 2 Houses series, and we'll be discussing Neptune in the second house and what it's like to have Neptune in the second house in your astrological natal chart. So, let's get into it. What's Neptune? Neptune represents our connection to the divine. It corresponds to dreams, illusions, spirituality, high intuition, think mediums. It's music, inspiration, drugs, addiction, all that good stuff. The second house is our house of values. It corresponds to our ability to generate wealth, our relationship with the senses, our vocal cords, things of that nature. So, first thing you need to know about Neptune in the second house is that this person is coming in with direct karma from a past life involving values in some sense. And the rest of the chart is really going to give you an insight into what that is regarding. So I want to paint a couple scenarios for you. So we obviously know that in the physical world, money is that equivalent. Money and resources are the equivalent of, like physical material value. Then on the other hand, you have things like spiritual value, religion, culture, right? So there's scenarios in which the person, if other planets line up, 4th house, Cancer influence, 8th house, 9th house, the person's perception or conditioning is directly affected by their immediate upbringing. And that will really stem also from a past life. So if this Neptune is squaring the sun and your father was a gambler or just really bad with money or a business or an entrepreneur of some sort, but maybe not successful, that can reflect directly back upon you from past life and experiencing this, right? So the person is here to correct and gain a better understanding of money. Other scenarios, you have people born into wealth. Definitely born into wealth and being like their childhood and everything was ideal and having resources to that capacity. This is more of the person who was successful financially in a past life, however may lacked humility or spiritual understanding or grounding. Therefore, in this life, they are set up to lose a fortune. Losses, because Neptune is the ruler of the 12th house, there isn't and that's endings and that's losses. There's an element of financial loss or loss of some sort. Okay? If there's an opposition here with 8th house planets, it could be loss in the sense of death. Something here affects the individual, right? But the loss is what's supposed to teach you the lesson, grant you the humility, and if you have enough faith, you'll make it back. It kind of makes me think about like MC Hammer. I never looked at his chart or anything like that, but I don't know if he made his fortune back, but he was up there, and that's my next point. The thing with him, the Neptune nature, the free-handedness. Oh my God, yeah, this Neptune can be really no selfishness here. Because remember, wherever Neptune goes, you're gonna have this selfless attitude. So these people give, and like I said, with MC Hammer, he had a humongous entourage. So I always just wonder, like, with certain people, what is the real aftermath like that? On my head, I can't think about anybody who's like really lost a fortune and made it back. But I know it's out there. But anywho, continuing with the aspect of being free-handed and very reckless with money. It's good and it's bad. Because the the Neptune in the second person naturally isn't really attached to money. Even if they're wealthy, like I said, that'll be more than likely someone who comes into it. It's just natural around it. So there's a detached nature towards physical money, and then the higher lesson is going to be greater value concerning something else. All right. So yeah, so because of that, these people would give. So naturally, they give to their loved ones, and if there's a Venus connected here or some type of relationship oriented influence, the person, the illusion, with Neptune, there's always a thing of being disillusioned. So, in the sense of relationships, it can be one where a guy thinks to get the woman of his dreams, he needs to amass a fortune, only to meet the woman of his dreams, and she doesn't. She represents the Neptune of that, the detached nature of it. So then but his approach will be to buy her, because that's his belief and his conditioning, and that just presents problems. Okay. Personally, so the next thing for others, you can struggle financially, like I said, with the losses. And also what I've seen here, particularly for, these Neptune and Sag people, these Neptune and Scorpio people from way back, you gotta think about the Neptune and Scorpio people were your first crack dealers. And those people had Neptune in the second. So with Neptune in the second, there's an illegal element of generating finances, money, or in the next sense, you could just have wrong knowledge, right? Gaining wrong knowledge, the environment, or the collective thing. And speaking of the collective, there's a collective influence towards Neptune in the second. So let's say we have like a Venus dominant person, or even a Taurus dominant person. There's going to be this is the person that needs to have every Apple Watch, new gadget that comes out, or that really clings to the collective standards in the sense of resources. So yeah, like I said, I could go for days with this position, but my final advice to you guys is you will need to value money somewhat, and through your trials and tribulations that will teach you how to value it. So don't try to buy people, don't try to buy love. Be smart with it. You want to have faith, so find the balance of having faith. The more faith you have, it'll come to you. I guess I should also say that if other factors permit as well, usually I mentioned the illegal aspect. More times than not, this person will find themselves able to get a job in some type of creative field, or something where they could use their imagination. And this is a multitude of things. This is even like a person who, like they work, let's say work security at a movie studio, or they're not on the screen, but they have some job connected towards that. Neptune the second is good for that too. But yeah, don't scam people. Don't take the illegal route. Luck is with you. But this is my interpretation of Neptune in the second house. I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to chime in. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so now. If you need a reading, click the description box. Check out my email. Shoot me one, and we'll set something up. Until next time, peace.